Hi, my dear students. Myself, Anu Shashidharan, Academic Director and Biology Faculty of Rankings Entrance Training Academy. I welcome all of you in my new video lesson. Today, I am going to talk about Biological Classification Part 1. As you know, this is one of the most important chapter in class plus 1. Okay, now first of all, we are going to start what is classification. As you know, classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. You are very familiar. Classification of organisms are needed for studying about them. In the last video lesson, we have discussed different branches of biology. So we have seen one of the most important branch, we can call it as taxonomy. Do you know what is the meaning of taxonomy? It is the branch of biology that deals with the classification and naming of living things. Is it clear? Okay, you think about it. When the humans have started their life on earth, in those days onwards, we have different types of classification. So anyway, first of all, I am going to discuss some history of classification. Okay, classification history. As you know, one of the earliest classification was done by Aristotle. Did you hear about Aristotle? He was a philosopher and he is considered as the father of biology. Why? Because he has conducted or he has identified or he has provided different types of classification related to plants and animals. He used very simple morphological characters to classify plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs. Is it clear? So based on some morphological characters, what is the meaning of morphology? What is the meaning of morphological characters? Dear children, morphological characters means external appearance, external characters. Okay, based on the external characters, Aristotle classified the plants into three different categories. That is, trees, shrubs, and herbs. You are very familiar. What is the meaning of herbs? Herbs means very small plants which can be able to complete their life cycle within one season or maximum 1 year. Okay, when you consider shrubs, you are very familiar. They can complete their life cycle within 2 seasons or 2 years. Trees, they can complete their life cycle with so many years. He again divided animals into two groups. That means those animals who have possessed red blood and those who did not. That means based on the presence and absence of red blood, he has classified the animals into two categories. That means the animals with the red blood and those who did not. Is it clear? Again, in 1758, another scientist called Linnaeus proposed another important classification. This is called the two-kingdom system of classification. I hope you might hear about two-kingdom system of classification in lower classes. It was proposed by Carl Linnaeus in 1758. According to two kingdom system of classification, he has classified all organisms into two major kingdoms. That is, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. All type of green plants come under the category of kingdom Plantae, and all type of animals come under the category of kingdom Animalia. But in those days, the two kingdom system of classification has faced so many criticisms. Now, let me say something about the criticisms of two kingdom classification. Okay, so I have given 5 points over here. First one, unicellular and multicellular organisms were put together. You are very familiar. The organisms which are having a single cell, what we can say, it is called a unicellular. Okay, multicellular means such organisms having more number of cells, means more than two cells. In the two kingdom system of classification, Carl Linnaeus didn't distinguish unicellular and multicellular. Both unicellular and multicellular came under both plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Okay. Second one, the system did not distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Do you know what is the meaning of prokaryotes and what is eukaryotes? Prokaryote means such type of organisms they are not having a well-developed nucleus with the nuclear membrane. They are not having cell organelles. Such type of primitive organisms or primitive cells we can collectively call the prokaryotes. I hope you might studied about the structure of a bacterium. Most of the bacterium are come under prokaryotes. Is it clear? They are not having a well-developed nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Okay, membrane-bound organs. I hope you have studied. Okay, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, okay, Golgi bodies, etc. are absent in prokaryotes. But in eukaryotes, you are very familiar, they are having a well-developed nucleus with the nuclear membrane and all type of cell organelles, I mean membrane-bound cell organelles like mitochondria, then Golgi bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. The next one, he didn't distinguish photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic organisms. Okay, both type of organisms came under plant kingdom. Okay, then third one, inclusion of fungi in plant kingdom has become debatable. Do you know fungi? Have you heard about fungus? Yes, fungi are chlorophyll-less microscopic organisms. Some of them are macroscopic. Okay, such type of chlorophyll-less organisms come under the plant kingdom as per the two kingdom classification. Okay, and this inclusion of fungi in plant kingdom has become debatable in those days. Then fourth one, the concept of evolution has not been taken into account in this classification. Do you know what is evolution? Yes, you are very familiar. Evolution means the formation of complex organisms from simpler primitive one. So in case of two kingdom system of classification, Carl Linnaeus didn't consider the concept of evolution. Okay, and the last one, a large number of organisms did not fall under either category. You are very familiar. Some other organisms like viruses, viroids, etc. are not at all come under both the categories in plant kingdom and animal kingdom. Okay, all these are the most important criticisms of two kingdom classification. Now we are going to start five kingdom system of classification. As you know, five kingdom system of classification had been proposed by R.H. Whittaker in 1969. Now we are going to discuss the detailed aspect of five kingdom system of classification proposed by R.H. Whittaker. First of all, which are the most important criteria used by R.H. Whittaker for this classification? First one, complexity of cell structure. So what is the meaning? I said some type of cells are prokaryotes and some others are eukaryotes. I said, what is the importance of prokaryotes? Such type of prokaryotic cell, they are not having a well-developed nucleus and nuclear membrane. They are not having membrane-bound cell organs. But in eukaryotes, they are having well-developed nucleus and nuclear membrane and all type of cell organs are there. Is it clear? That is the complexity of cell structure he has taken into consider for his classification. Second one, body organization. Some type of organisms are unicellular and some others are multicellular. So The second characteristic feature, I mean the second criteria taken by R.H. Whittaker, that is body organization. Third one, mode of nutrition. The organisms, they are performing different types of nutrition. Some of them are autotrophic and some others are heterotrophic. Okay, the mode of nutrition also taken into consider by R.S. Whittaker. The fourth one is the mode of reproduction. Some type of organisms, they can reproduce a sexual methods or bisexual methods. The last one is the most important point, that is phylogenetic relationship. One of the most important criteria taken by R.H. Whittaker, that is phylogenetic relationship. Do you know what is the meaning of phylogenetic relationship? Phylogenetic relationship means evolutionary relationship. That means from simple to complex. When you go through this five kingdom system of classification, we can see that evolution from the beginning till end. Okay. Anyway, we are going to learn the detailed classification given by R.H. Whittaker. As you know, as per the five kingdom system of classification, R.H. Whittaker classified the entire organisms in nature into five different kingdoms. I hope you have learned in class 9. Kingdom Monera, Kingdom Protista, Kingdom Fungi, Kingdom Plantae, and Kingdom Animalia. These are the five different kingdoms proposed by R.H. Whittaker. Dear students, in this video lesson, I am going to give a very brief idea about all these kingdoms. Okay, in the next video onwards, I will discuss in detail the characteristic features of organisms come under each and every kingdoms. So first of all, I'm going to discuss a brief idea about Kingdom Monera. Kingdom Monera, the organisms come under this category are unicellular and prokaryotes. Unicellular organisms without definite nucleus means prokaryotes. Most important example, bacteria. So clear? Second one is called Kingdom Protista. Unicellular and some multicellular organisms similar to them. Basically, most of the organisms are unicellular and eukaryotic. Okay, the most important characteristic feature, the organisms come under the kingdom Protista. They are unicellular and eukaryotes. Eukaryote means they are having a well-developed nucleus, means with definite nucleus. One of the most important example, amoeba. Amoeba, paramecium, euglena, etc. come under this group, kingdom Protista. Is it clear? Third one is called kingdom fungi. The characteristic features of kingdom fungi. The organisms come under this category. They are heterotrophic. Okay, unicellular or multicellular. They do not have the power of locomotion. Okay, all type of fungus come under this category. The fourth one, that is kingdom plantae. All type of plants come under this category. As you know, the plants are autotrophic. Okay, most of them are multicellular. They do not have the power of locomotion. All type of plants come under this category, kingdom plantae. Last one, kingdom Animalia. The detailed aspect of kingdom Animalia you will learn in the chapter Animal Kingdom. Okay, the detailed aspect of plant kingdom you will learn as a separate chapter in class +1. So anyway, the organisms come under the category of kingdom Animalia. They are heterotrophic. Okay, then they are multicellular organisms and they are having a power of locomotion. Dear children, all type of animals come under this category. So I hope you have understood all the concepts thoroughly. Okay, in the next video onwards, I will discuss the detailed characteristic features of each and every kingdom. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.